return to Alexandria. Then tell your Roman governor that El Kabir has spared your life, but that he won't always be so generous. Go.
That El Kabir has spared your life, but that his patience is wearing thin. Go!
Let Petronius know that El Kabir could have killed you had he wanted. Go to Alexandria and tell your governor that his time is running out in the land of the pharaohs.
Can't you just imagine me in Rome, putting rouge on the eyes? Yet in Alexandria, the governor is considered attractive. You're not of the same opinion, are you, Veterus? I guess for a commander, a sense of aesthetics is hardly required. I doubt that you've ever had to reckon with beauty.
Not in a man, Petronius. In a woman, yes.
And what do you think, Longinus? As Counselor of Civic Affairs, you above all should be directly concerned with the image I create. Isn't my carriage and comportment worthy of a Roman governor? Come, Longinus, give us one of those gems of sage and precious advice. Why haven't you answered me, Longinus? Well then, do you think I'm a fool or a madman?
Instead of carrying on so, Petronius, look at what's happened. You've denied every form of liberty here in Egypt. You've vexed the people with taxes beyond your legitimate right.
I'll be the judge of what's legitimate. You seem to forget, Counselor, that I govern here by the authority of Rome.
And for the ambition, the selfishness, and personal fortune of Petronius.
No! No, Petronius. You know Longinus is a citizen of Rome.
What is it, Tarok?
It's those desert riders. They've struck again.
In 3 different camps at the same time. There were simultaneous attacks, and yet the camps are miles apart. They say their lives were saved by that same desert rider.
El-Kibir. I'm surrounded by blundering idiots. It's not possible for one man to be in 3 different places at the same time. You're all afraid. You're paralyzed with fear. Is El-Kibir a mirage that you should see him everywhere? Well, Longinus, do you find these attacks legitimate? What do you have to say, Verus? Where was the sword of our legion commander when El-Kibir dared to massacre both men of Rome and our Lycian allies? Carol, I want the capture of this El-Kibir. I'll have his head no matter what the sacrifice may be, even if it should mean the loss of my entire fortune.
Great Safar, your sons have returned. They've surely won again.
The gods have answered our prayers.
The gods be with you, Uro.
And with you, El-Kibir.
How did the hunting go, Uro?
As right as always.
Did you follow my orders exactly?
Of course.
Did they take you for El-Kibir?
Naturally.
Did you lose any men?
I did. That is,
Well, can you beat me to the arch?
I can try.
Ready then. Poor Uro.
Ah, yes.
The score is now 6-2.
I didn't lose the race. The horse did.
Oh, now it can't always be the horse's fault.
We'll tell old Sapphire your horse was crippled. Like the last 5 he rode.
If I had your horse, you'd never catch me.
You know, the last time you took my horse, we didn't see you for a week.
Ah, but that time I didn't go for the ride.
Your exploits have given us new hope, but the risks we are running are enormous. You must be more careful.
The damage has already been done, and we'll never convince Petronius now. His reaction to these latest attacks will be immediate and devastating. We've only exposed ourselves to the vengeance of the Roman governor.
And I'll tell you this. Still more blood will be shed. And more until the hot desert sands are red with it. And the waters of the Nile turn crimson. And I'd let all this happen before I bequeath to our children the chains of slavery.
If they survive.
All you can talk of is blood. Is there no other way? Is there no other solution besides war? Is death your answer to liberty? Oh, your courage is admirable.
But you would choose to lead the desert tribes to certain death. and that I cannot allow. You, El Kabir, would annihilate a people you don't even belong to.
Acro.
What did Acro mean by that? Who could be more Egyptian than I?
Acro didn't mean to offend. I know he hurt you, but he can't forget that his tribe was wiped out.
Go now, Uro, and leave us alone.
All right. So my skin is fairer than theirs, and my eyes are lighter than my brother's. But
He spoke in anger, without meaning. It mustn't upset you, my son.
But it does instead. It does. Father, whose blood do I have in my veins? I have a right to know.
My son, I beg of you.
You've been good to me. You've raised me like a son. But why? You found me in the waters of the river, you said.
But even so, El Kabir, you have my affection.
But why should I be ashamed of the blood that bore me? Father, forgive me. I've caused you pain.
Oh, my son.
Father, I feel a great sadness. And it weighs on me and tears at my heart. I can no longer live with it. Your silence is unjust. I beg you, tell me the truth.
El Kabir, perhaps I've been unjust. But I had sworn never to reveal your identity. Now in breaking the oath, you'll know why I hesitated. Your mother gave me this. You, El Kabir, are the son of Caesar and Cleopatra. Cleopatra was a great queen, and all Egypt's glory is in her name. News of your birth was not well received in Rome. They feared the presence of a son born to Caesar by an Egyptian queen. You were named Caesarean. Your mother knew that your life would be in constant danger, and that is why she had me take you to the temple of Berenice and place you in the safe custody of the high priests. She loved you until her dying day. I was instructed to return to Alexandria with another infant, who then took your place as the son of Caesar and Cleopatra. Who he actually was, or where he came from, was never revealed to me. What is certain is that it was he who was killed in your place. He was but 17 years old when the wrath of Rome fell upon him. He had been accorded the honors due to Caesar's son, but after the defeat of Mark Antony, his death was inevitable. Without awaiting Emperor Octavian's wishes or the Senate's decision, the army decided what the boy's fate would be. It was then that I took you to my camp and raised you as my own son. But now, allow me, El Kabir, to honor you as my legitimate king. I know that the desert tribes are a poor inheritance when I consider that the monarchs of Egypt were your ancestors. But it's all that I have to offer.
I thank you. But why make a secret of my identity? If I declare myself now, we'll have a powerful weapon against Rome. Since I'm Caesar's rightful heir, Rome will be forced to listen to us.
No, they destroy us. Better to renounce your claim than provoke a war with Octavian.
Well then, they'll never know who I am.
It's better that way.
Yes, perhaps. You're right.
El Kabir! Akbar didn't mean to offend you. He apologizes.
Tell him that I understand. And that I accept his apology.
It's all right. He's just upset. Who are those arms for?
They're going to the tribe of Kutra. They need them badly.
Is it your consignment?
No, your brother's.
When's he going?
Tomorrow morning, at dawn.
Mary is looking for you.
Oh, good. I'm Meredith. Is that for El Kabir? I'll go. Merowe, wait. Take this. It's an amulet. They say it brings good luck.
Merowe. What are you doing here?
Oh, Amneris was busy. So I came in her place. Your wine.
Is it yours?
It was given to me.
It brings fortune and love.
How could you have known that?
Oh, Amneris has already given me 5 of them, but to no avail. Merowe, I was only joking. Perhaps fortune is near, but I fail to recognize it.
Protect us, O God of light, Amun-Ra, and hear our pleas.
In other words, you want to go to Kutra in my place.
I? You must be joking. No, it's too risky. I couldn't even consider it.
Oh, well, since you find it too dangerous...
With your permission, I'll take the chance. And if necessary, I'll die fighting.
Bravo.
Ah, but on one condition.
What?
The horse?
Oh. All right, you can ride it. But remember, Uro, you're to come straight back. And no wild riding in the mountains.
Oh, I wouldn't think of it.
O great Amun-Ra, we beseech you to look down on us, your devoted subjects, and listen to our cries for peace. Amun-Ra, give us the strength to rid our lives of wickedness.
O God of light, Father of Osiris, take your people by the hand, lead them through life. And when this life is finished, Lead them through the 12 gates of the river of darkness, so that they may find the peace they're looking for. Hear their plea. Great Amun-Ra.
I think we had better check the valley.
So this is El Kabir. Well, have you nothing to say for yourself? I understand that in the desert, all your exploits make the deeds of the gods seem worthless. The legend of El Kabir. Bring in that Armenian merchant. Unfortunately, I only honor the gods of Rome. And legends are something I've never believed in.
You want El Kabir, not Uro. You may search the whole of Egypt, but you'll never find him!
Well, go on, look at him. Is he El Kabir?
It's Uro, his brother. Forgive me, Petronius. I was deceived. I'm certain that it was El Kabir who was to go to Kutra. I was there when I said so. You must believe me.
Take him down. We'll keep him as a hostage.
Petronius. He's dead.
must be tired. I think we'll camp here for the night. We'll be better off by the sea. I don't trust the desert. There's no other place as vast and unending. Don't you find it frightening?
No.
Perhaps I should send someone to Alexandria and tell your father you're here.
Is that necessary?
Stop being obstinate. The desert is treacherous, I tell you. The Egyptians are rebelling. And so is a certain El Kabir.
Are you also worried now?
After having survived a shipwreck, the gods have been good to us. Why worry? When destiny is kind, we should be happy, not sad.
You're a great historian, but you just don't understand human nature. I'm not at all sad. On the contrary.
You're not very clear.
Haven't you ever been in other situations where your very life was at stake?
I should think so. Why?
Wasn't the sensation akin to being lighthearted where no wish is so great as being relieved of the preoccupation of death?
Huh?
Don't you recognize your dissertation on death?
Hardly.
Oh, the sun, Varro. It's hot but friendly. I'm happy. I wonder why.
Give Petronius a detailed account of the shipwreck, and tell him that the vessel is beyond repair, and that we're in need of help. You'll provide a litter for his daughter. I want you to convey the homage of Furio Lentulus, and the respects of Terentius Varro.
Are you certain we shouldn't attack them? Unless we're forced into it?
Isn't that what you prefer? You'll take Uro's command. Unless El Kabir decides otherwise.
Uro should have been back by now.
But I wouldn't worry. Uro is probably in some oasis. You know he loves good company.
morning. I hope you slept well.
Yes.
We'll soon be in Alexandria.
Yes. What a shame.
You've gone too far, Lydia. As long as you're in my custody, I advise you to be a little more pleasant. Have you forgotten I'm in Egypt solely to check on your father's government? You see, the Emperor wants a report on his conduct.
Is that a threat?
Just a warning.
We've come to take that girl.
Stay with us. You may tell Governor Petronius that she's being held by El Kabir. Your life is spared. Go.
Who are you? There are many answers to that. Or perhaps only one. I don't know. However, my name is Terentius Varro. And you?
We all have many identities. I am called El Kabir.
Did you call?
Ah, yes, my dear. We're expecting a prisoner, a young Roman woman. You're to treat her with kindness.
Yes, Sapphire.
Merway, I know that one of my sons has taken you to his heart. Rest assured that you have my blessing.
Oh, Sapphire.
Certainly back by now. Place the prisoners under guard and tell my brother that I await him here.
And tell him also that this time he has no excuse. He'll be riding my horse. If he doesn't win now, I'll have him ride a donkey for the rest of his life, so help me.
Very well.
Worry when the wind blows from the sea. And you must keep quiet when I'm speaking. Then you'll feel great sorrow when I'm far away. If you really want to be my horse...
El Kabir! El Kabir! Uro still hasn't returned.
I should have known better than to give him my horse. He'll probably ride the animal to death.
I've seen similar looms in Macedonia and Carthage.
Have you also seen a way to escape from here?
Thank you for your hospitality.
Befriending strangers is a way of life in the desert.
What is it?
An elixir made of special herbs.
Ah. Excellent.
Thank you, it's lovely. I have others for the winter.
We'd be overstaying our welcome.
In Rome, they say it is never cold in the desert. In Rome, they say many silly things.
Yes, you're right.
Would you like some? Thank you.
You're to come with me. This way.
Troop movements within your own camp. Strange. It's a tactic Caesar used in Gaul to impress Vercingetorix. He put on a great show for his arch enemy. Oh, but he succeeded in his purpose. Vercingetorix was very impressed.
Welcome to our camp. Please consider yourselves our guests, despite the circumstances that brought you here.
Why are you holding us?
You will read it.
Gaius Julius Caesar to the people of Egypt. By favor of the gods, I have been granted the right to see and walk upon the sacred land of the Nile. By the will of the gods, then, I make this proclamation to all men. The people of Egypt have the right to rebel against slavery and any form of oppression that would deny them the dignity of their culture to be safeguarded by the laws and civilization of Rome.
Instead, we were oppressed. Again and again. Your governor's honor made a mockery of our inalienable rights.
Is a woman alone to restore those rights? I have but little sympathy for those who would keep a woman as a hostage for political ends. Where's the nobility, dignity, and honor of a people that intends to restore liberty by first denying it to others?
Very righteous indeed. But would your father embrace your most noble concept? Do you think he's aware of it? I doubt it. And yet our leader El-Kabir will set you free in the hope that you'll convince the governor to preserve our rights.
We'd be playing into their hands. Petronius would interpret our move as a sign of weakness. Would you be willing to guarantee that she'll not betray us? El-Kabir, reflect well. We cannot afford to take chances.
And to what better purpose could the daughter of Petronius serve? And as our ambassador to Alexandria, having known our people, can she now question our honor? Can she deny our willingness to give her what has been refused to us? Yes, we'll let her go to Alexandria and see for herself what her father has done. And then, if she cannot convince the governor of the true spirit that spurs our determination, Petronius will receive other, less welcome ambassadors, and I will be at their head. You'll leave tomorrow.
I'm from Alexandria, great Sappho. I bring you your son, Uro. He was captured by the Lycian guards while he was on his way to Kutra. I was ordered to take him here. Uro was mistaken for El-Kabir.
Uro, my son. Amun-Ra. Protect my brother Uro.
No, El-Kabir.
Have you found her, Verarist? Give me some good news for once.
I can't move a finger with my hands tied. For your Lentulus will not allow any retaliation.
The new tribune has the edict of Caesar Octavian with orders to check your administration.
It's a conspiracy. Nothing but a filthy conspiracy, I tell you. I've governed Cilicia and Pontus and contributed with my own money to the political fortunes of 100 of his spineless henchmen. And now they send me an infamous edict of control. Alexandria is not just another province. It's a land that's threatening the empire.
Good day, Petronius.
Furio Lentulus. Welcome to Alexandria.
Thank you for your hospitality. It was a long journey, but the gods have been kind to us. Despite that 2 days' march in the desert, I'd say I'm now as good as new.
Fortunate indeed. Chains, gold, and grain. What's the meaning of this, Tribune? Am I to divine a riddle?
You are to receive them as gifts from the Emperor, together with his sincerest wishes of continued good fortune. In exchange, he would like to know, where is the grain you've neglected to send to Rome in the past 4 years? Where are the riches accumulated in your illegal ventures? That's not all. Perhaps you can explain why you've coined money in your own image. Octavian also asks you by what right you have enslaved the people of this land.
Ridiculous accusations. I've always been able to justify my actions. Right now, I only care about my daughter's well-being.
Yes, I understand. But Octavian is a very patient man.
Why did you countermand my orders?
Reprisals are not the answer.
But they've taken my daughter from me. Are you just going to let her rot in the desert?
Livia also interests me. She's your daughter, young and needs a husband. A good match.
A perfect match. Well then, Lentulus, shall we search for her my way? You must withdraw your veto and let me continue the reprisals.
What's the extent of your wealth?
I'm willing to divide it.
This much for Livia. In dowry?
Of course. For Livia, then. You can round up. How many are they?
20. And they all have unmarried daughters. Just as you ordered, Petronius.
Each one of them is the leader of a village along the Nile. Their daughters are Livia's ransom. But that's not all. Begin, Tarok.
Let's move on. I don't want our legionnaires to be witness.
As for their daughters, you can leave them to me. I prefer them intact.
Lycean guards. This is as far as we can take you. Ha!
Who are you? We're from Rome.
You're laughing at the daughter of Petronius. After we've rested in this oasis, you'll take us to Alexandria.
So you crossed the sea, huh? How?
My friend, the camel is not called the ship of the desert for nothing.
That girl may be the governor's daughter, but you're a merchant and nothing else.
Yes, you're right. Thank you, Hermia. You've a magic touch. This should help you to forget your unfortunate arrival in Egypt. Had they touched you but with a finger, no torture would have been sufficient. Because in avenging you, my dear Livia, I would have stopped at nothing. One would think you're upset.
Father, who are the rebels? Do you know? Do you honestly? Could you imagine yourself enslaved in their stead? Can you honestly say you wouldn't rebel if liberty were denied you?
Don't ever talk to me that way again, Livia. You haven't the slightest idea what it means to deal with the rebels.
And yet you forget. Your daughter was spared thanks to the rebels. Thanks to the generosity of El Kabir.
And don't dare mention that name to me.
You have been accused by Acro of having caused the sufferings which have befallen our people. May the god Nook protect you from guilt, El Kabir.
That's your doing. Can you deny your guilt? You listened to no one. And what did you gain? The torture of our elders. You spared the governor's daughter, but subjected our women to his barbaric pleasure. I, Acro, head of the tribe of Kish, denounce El Kabir's betrayal of the desert tribes. I publicly declare that as of now, I will not be bound by his authority. I defy him to accept the justice of the gods.
Are you certain of your accusations? In Alexandria, you will find your enemy. Not in your own house. Reconsider Acro before it's too late.
me.
No, my son. You mustn't refuse. Obey the law of the desert. If you allow him to live, you'll be submitted to an unjust and harsh punishment. No, don't. No.
How is he?
He's sleeping.
You may rest now. Akra will take care.
When you said that one day El Kabir would choose me, you were wrong. I think his choice has already been made. And for a woman with whom I could never compete.
You'll withstand the breath of centuries. And as time is frightened away, Osiris shall come to rest in your embrace. Do you recall those verses? Or have you already forgotten?
Couldn't you recite a lyric of love?
Oh, I could, Livia. Our traditional love poems have survived for centuries, as will Egypt.
Ah, but make sure you speak of love fulfilled, Ernie, or you'll have her crying.
The heart's not beating. You see, love was forbidden. My youth was just an hour. Yes, but love is not.
If it's true love, an hour is enough. Or is it?
Ask that of El Kabir.
Livia, it's time to go. To my regret, we have to attend the jousting tournament. I prefer witnessing this challenge. Man's attempt to outlive time.
Now his heart is beating.
this disgusting show of strength your idea of a tournament? Oh, you'll be paid in whiplashing. Now we'll have the women. A far better show than your gladiators. I might even have you join them.
What'll happen to those girls?
I left that up to Tarak. I assure you no one will dare oppose me once he's through with them. Sit down! Sit down, I say!
What's the meaning of this?
He dares challenge Tarak, and if he succeeds in winning, the women go free.
Of El Kabir. Death.
Kabir! Long live our savior!
You heard my word, Petronius. Don't forget it.
Come now, Livia. You must listen to reason. You know you'll never be able to go without your father's consent. Livia, a messenger has already left for Rome. If he gets through, Octavian will take proper action. I'll see to that.
It's a little too late now, I'm afraid.
go! Let go! Livia.
Oh, Emmy, I'm afraid.
I know, Livia, but everything will be all right. Don't cry. And now listen carefully. You'll see Al-Kabir. Please don't ask. Don't ask why I'm doing all this. All I know is he'll meet you at the Temple of Eris at sundown. There now. I'll wait here. Hurry now.
I'm glad you came. Why are you leaving Egypt?
You know that?
Of what is important to me, I usually know most everything.
Would I be important?
Why must you leave?
Because I can't bear to live with this feeling of guilt. Everyone knows who my father is, and what injustice he has brought to this land. I have no other choice but to...
To run away?
And why not? Why should I stay? To know your hatred? You'd only...
Al-Kabir! A group of guards are coming this way.
Come with me, Livia.
No, I beg of you. It would be too dangerous.
Don't leave Egypt, Livia. Have faith in Al-Kabir.
Is it possible you're never around when I need you? Octavian has just landed on the coast of Africa. It won't take him but 2 days' march to reach Alexandria. He sent word that he expects a worthy welcome. They might have warned me of his arrival. Ugly habit showing up when you least expect it.
His only concern is that the Egyptians might revolt against us.
We're his only concern, you fool! It's the end, Folio. Don't you understand?
Calm down.
There must be something we can do. Octavian will never listen to reason. I tell you, we've got to find a way. My future's at stake. And my fortune. Perhaps my life.
I could have a meeting with Octavian, and perhaps discover what his intentions are.
You will not! You'll stay right here with me. We are both embarked on the same adventure, Furio, and it's not advisable that one should abandon the other. Furio! It's no time to take offense. You'll do best to consider the solution, our only way out.
What way out?
El-Kebir. Deliver him to Octavian, and our troubles are over, I assure you. You have to capture him, Furio. There's no time to waste.
And as a result of his extreme cruelty and greed, Petronius has turned Egypt into nothing more than a land of rebellion.
Like Crassus in Asia.
Oh, much worse. At least Crassus had one virtue. He was already rich. But there's another problem you haven't considered.
What has Egypt done to you, Vado? You sound so tragic. Is it the ghost of Mark Antony that darkens your spirit?
You might say it's the ghost of El-Kebir.
Ah, yes. The ghost of El-Kebir. In Rome, they call him the phantom of the desert, who can materialize at will, like a mirage.
You're making the same error Petronius did. He's not a myth. El-Kebir is a reality, and you shouldn't underestimate him. In Egypt, they talk of him as if he were a god, a king, to say the least. The truth is that he's a man fighting for the just cause of his people. And the influence he has on them is such that they are all quite ready to die for him.
If that's their wish, then we'll let them die.
Octavian, would you employ the troops of Rome to keep guard over a cemetery?
Octavian's camp is here, in a valley, 2 days' march from Alexandria. Here are you, Acro, at the oasis of Mutra, where you'll join the interior tribes. I'll be at the wells, and join the coastal tribes. And then, together, we march on the Roman camp. We'll avoid fighting, unless it's necessary. And if it's necessary, we'll be in the most favorable position to do so, taking a few thousand legionnaires with us. We'll shake the empire before giving up our rights. I'll be waiting at the wells of Sutra. May Amun-Ra guide you safely.
Caesar Octavian awaits you when Tribune Gaius Furio Lentulus at his camp tomorrow.
Very well, tomorrow then. And now you'll get out. I finally got rid of them.
They saw El Kabir. This time he's ours without a doubt. He's at Sutra.
Then he's in our hands. He's in our hands, Julio. How many men does he have?
Less than 100. If we surprise them, it'll be easy.
Take the whole Lycian guard to Sutra if necessary. But remember, I want him alive. It's the only way to impress Octavian.
I hope you're right, Petronius.
I tell you, the capture of El Kabir will mean my success.
Our success, Petronius.
Of course. You'll have Lydia and the dowry. But first you'll make me the present of El Kabir.
Ermia, they've discovered where El Kabir is. We've got to do something. I overheard my father say he'll attack at Sutra with the Lycians. Oh, I beg you, help me reach El Kabir before they do. With your help, I'll reach Sutra in time.
Go to the park as soon as you can, Livia. I'll meet you there. Come, hurry. This man will take you to the rebels' camp. But hurry!
He's ours. Petronius must be advised of his capture at once. Tell him he's alive, but not for long.
I'm warning you. I'll spare you nothing unless you tell me the truth. I'm waiting.
I've told you the truth, Akra. You've got to stop Furio. El Kabir is in grave danger. You're still in time to save him, believe me.
You'll bury her alive.
Come on, move.
She won't talk. But I doubt she'll resist for long.
Go on. Go on, I said.
No, wait!
You heard the orders. Acro said to bury her.
You'll do as I say. Oh, Sapphire, you must listen to me. If the woman is prepared to die in order to save El Kabir, she can't be lying, I tell you.
Are you sure of it?
Yes, I am.
She's in your care.
Thank you.
Go, Merowe. Come.
They're going to Sutra for El Kabir. Thank you.
Tribune Furio Lentulus reports that El Kabir has been captured, alive.
Prepare an escort. We'll leave at once for the camp of Caesar Octavian.
Believe me, he was never mine.
Petronius, we got to
I felt that I was interpreting your desires by using force. Governing Egypt presents many difficulties. My only desire was that you carry out the task with which you were entrusted in the name of Rome. But you betrayed that trust, Petronius. The damage you've caused us exceeds the madness of Mark Antony. I've always acted in your interests. Have you forgotten El-Kebir? His authority is unequaled among the desert tribes. His power is now spreading throughout the Orient, and may even overshadow yours one day. I hardly think it will. Oh, I agree. But can you deny that he is now feared even in Rome? But if you wish, he can be squelched forever. I'll give you El-Kebir in exchange for my power. Cleopatra preferred poison to our justice. But I deny you that choice. Petronius, you'll die by your own hand. And at least in death, try to remember for once that you're a Roman.
We've spotted the desert tribes, only a day's march from our camp. They're headed by El-Kebir, and by dawn tomorrow, they'll be in sight.
I can't understand why they just sit there, in silence and immobile for hours.
I think they're hoping that our men will break formation.
In fact, they're tiring from the heat already.
This makes no sense, Varro.
That's because you neglected history, Octavian. Alexander the Great was given the same reception. The Egyptians made him wait for an entire day.
And why?
They say that nothing unnerves the warrior like the stillness of the desert. There. This is El Kabir.
You have kept us waiting long, El Kabir.
It often does good to wait. Waiting gives one time to think. Did Rome give thought to the plight of the Egyptian people? If not, then let Rome reflect now.
Who gave you the right to offend Octavian?
It's my God-given right.
By what God? You revel in myths and legends. Not even your emperor dares speak in terms of God-given rights. I can only reject those who would claim to have the God-given right to cause trouble and love power more than life itself. Neither you nor I have the right to destroy Egypt.
I've always been in accord with you, Octavian.
What is the meaning of this?
Look and you'll see.
Caesarion.
Your brother.
Rome cannot conceive of two Caesars, nor mar the splendor of its empire by division.
These are my people. And in their name, I'm asking for the right to live in peace, as guaranteed by our father in the name of Rome.
It has never been denied. That right will live, as justice has taken its course.
I accept your word. I'll return to my people, not as a leader, but among them. But if ever the day should come when Rome forgets your word, Octavian, it will no longer be El Kabir at their head, but the son of Caesar.
No. Let him go. He belongs to the desert, and no one can obstruct the course of his destiny.
All I can offer you is the desert.